Hey, what's up everybody? In this video, I'm going to show you how to use Google Analytics to get more high converting search engine traffic to your site. So once you have Google Analytics installed in your site, log in and this is what you'll see. Now, if you have multiple websites linked within the same Google account, you'll see multiple websites here, but I only have one. So I only see one here, and whichever site you want to look at, click next to the little globe icon, all website data. And this gives you a nice overview of where your traffic's coming from, what it's doing, etc. But for this video, we're just going to focus on SEO. So once you're in your audience overview area, scroll down and click on traffic sources. Then click on search engine optimization and click on queries. And what this area is under search engine optimization, it's basically a link between your Google Analytics account and your Webmaster Tools account. So we had already discussed in another video how to set up your Webmaster Tools account. So as long as this is under the same account, you will get this information linked automatically. Now, here are some areas to look at. Query, it just means keyword, right? It's the same thing. So these are queries where you're showing up for impressions. So this could be, maybe on the 5th page, on the 1st page. It doesn't mean people are actually clicking for that keyword. This is the number of impressions that you're getting. So you'll see these are usually quite high because a lot of times these are keywords that you're not even trying to rank for, like 17, right? So I get a ton of impressions for 17, which is probably within Google image search or something like that. So there's a lot of information here that you don't really have to worry about so much. You just want to see which keywords you're getting impressions for that you're also trying to rank for. And in this case, some of these keywords I'm trying to rank for, some of them like guest, I'm obviously not. Okay, so you don't really have to worry about the average position. So this is something I would totally ignore because, for example, guest I'm ranking 91 for, okay? And guest is obviously not a keyword I'm remotely trying to rank for, and this brings down the average, to 68. So don't worry about the average position. As long as you're ranking for the keywords that you want to rank for, you're doing okay. And you can scroll through this. So, for most websites, over time, you're going to get thousands of keyword impressions, okay? In this case, it only shows the top 10, but you can make this, up to 50 or 100 or 1,000 or whatever you want. And you can see other keywords that you're ranking for that you might not even know you're ranking for. And later on in the video, I'll show you how to leverage that for additional traffic. But that's really what you want to look at. And one more thing before we leave the query area is the click-through rate. Now, again, it's really hard to interpret this data for any actionable type of information because, like I said, you'll be ranking for weird keywords that you're not really optimizing for, so your click-through rate is going to be quite low. So what you really want to do is look at keywords that you're actually targeting and then look at your click-through rate. Okay, so let's say, for example, I was trying to rank for backlinks. Okay, my click-through rate is 2%. That's obviously not that great. Okay, so that could be a number of reasons. That could be just that you're low in the search results. Obviously, if you're ranking number 1 for a keyword, your click-through rate is going to be much higher than if you're 10 or 11, right? It's going to be night and day. So there are some things you can do to increase your click-through rate, even if you're number 10, like creating compelling title tags or description tags, adding Google verified authorship and things like that. So if you find that you're ranking for a keyword, let's say you're number 2 for this keyword, and you saw your click-through rate was, let's say, 2%, that's very poor, right? So you may want to take a look and see if maybe you can make your meta copy more compelling and make people more likely to click through. Next, we'll look at landing pages, okay? So this takes keywords out of the equation, and it just shows what pages tend to be showing up more often in Google. And again, this data is really just to see which pages are performing best, not so much to take any real actionable information because your average position for this page is 52, but like I showed you, some of these keywords are totally ridiculous, so it doesn't make a difference. But you can also see your click-through rate for each individual page, which can be very, very helpful for determining whether or not your copy and the metadata is compelling. So this is another area to look to see if maybe you might want to change the metadata for that page. So for the definitive guide to guest blogging, let's say, it's only less than 0.5%. So maybe I would revisit that page and see why. Is it the title tag? Is it boring? Is the description tag not enticing people to click through? For example, one with a click-through rate of 5.83%, which is much better. So maybe that one I would just leave alone. Finally, we'll look at the geographical summary. And that obviously just tells you where people come from to visit your site. And if you're like most people who are watching this video, you're going to get most of your traffic from the States. some from India, some from Argentina, all over the place, okay? And that's totally fine. The next thing we want to look at are how people are searching and actually clicking through to your website. So under the queries tab, this is just how people see your results in Google. So this is just impressions. But to get a more helpful and drill down information, head over to sources, click on search, then click on organic, and you'll see all the keywords that people use to find your site. Now this is much more important because this can often give you golden information. And let me explain. So let's say, I wasn't trying to optimize around the keyword CPA marketing, but I was getting some traffic for that keyword. Now this would be a great place to go back to that page that's ranking for that keyword and optimizing it around that keyword. This is a tip that I heard from Jason at kaiserthesage.com, and it works really well. It's basically trying to find these keywords that somehow you're getting traffic for, but you're not optimizing around, and then try to optimize around them, and then you'll rank higher. So a lot of times, like let's say for CPA marketing, I wasn't trying to rank for this keyword. Usually these clicks are because I'm like the 9th, 8th, 10th result, all right? But if I optimized around it and just did on page, it might boost me up to 4 or 5. So these show you keywords that you already have some momentum for, and it's just a matter of optimizing them further to get the most traffic. The next thing I'll show you is how to find which keywords are bringing you the highest conversions, which is obviously the most important thing. If you're selling a product, trying to get leads, you want conversions, and you can find out which keywords aren't just bringing the most traffic, but are actually converting. So to do that, under the same area, click on Advanced Segments, and then click on Visits with Conversions, and then click Apply. And this will show you what keywords are bringing in converting traffic, which is really obviously very important. So brand name can bring in a lot of converting traffic, but you obviously don't want to optimize around that. But for example, at Backlinko, the site's obviously mostly about SEO, but interestingly enough, one of the top converting keywords for at least the last couple of weeks is CPA marketing. Okay, so I get people that are interested in CPA marketing a lot of times do SEO, and I suppose that page, for whatever reason, tends to convert well. So this is great information to have because, for example, if I was ranking, let's say 8 for this keyword, and I was ranking 8 for this keyword, I would want to put most of my effort behind ranking for this keyword, right? Because it converts a lot better. So this is actually very important data if you're doing SEO, because traffic in and of itself is pretty much worthless. So you really want to see which keywords are converting best and then optimize your site around those. So that's it for using Google Analytics for more search engine traffic. As you can see, you can get a lot of great data that you can use to apply to your SEO campaigns to get even more high converting search engine traffic. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.